Welcome to the viewing platform. From this vantage point, you will be able to see where the Creole Trail pipeline enters the liquefaction facility, Train 4, Train 2, one of the LNG storage tanks, and the marine berth. The marine berth at Sabine Pass is dredged to a depth of over 45 feet and located only 3.7 nautical miles from the Gulf Coast. The maximum load rate of the loading arms is 12,000 cubic meters of LNG per hour. An average ship of 155,000 to 165,000 cubic meters of capacity can load enough LNG to almost empty one of Sabine's massive LNG tanks. Liquefaction allows natural gas to be efficiently stored in insulated tanks, similar to a thermos bottle, at near atmospheric pressure. Cheniere's tanks are large enough to fit a commercial airplane inside of it. Each LNG train measures over 1,300 feet in length, equivalent to about 3 football fields, and over 90 feet high. Each cold box weighs over 1,000 tons. Over 200 fans, 15 feet in diameter, help cool the refrigerants. Some of the pipes in the train can be up to 6 feet in diameter. Sabine's 30 gas turbines from all 5 trains are capable of producing over 600 megawatts of electrical power. This is enough to provide all the electrical power used in Panama. The natural gas first arrives at the terminal through one of several pipelines, including the Creole Trail pipeline, and is received at a pressure of about 1,000 pounds per square inch and a temperature of about 70 degrees Fahrenheit. When the natural gas first reaches the train, it is treated to remove contaminants including liquids, carbon dioxide, water, and mercury. The clean gas is then ready to enter the liquefaction section of the process. The first cooling phase happens when the clean gas is sent to the propane unit, where it is cooled to -25 degrees Fahrenheit using a propane refrigerant. The cold gas is then sent to the second cooling phase inside the ethylene cold box, where it is cooled to -135 degrees Fahrenheit using an ethylene refrigerant. The gas is further cooled in the third and last phase of the cooling process inside the methane cold box to -255 degrees Fahrenheit using a methane refrigerant. 6 turbines and over 200 air cooling fans measuring 15 foot in diameter help cool the refrigerants throughout the entire liquefaction process. The supercooled gas is then reduced to near atmospheric pressure, cooling it to -260 degrees Fahrenheit and stored in large insulated tanks. At this point, the liquid natural gas is considered LNG. Each tank has the capacity to store 160,000 cubic meters of LNG, equivalent to about 3.4 billion cubic feet. The LNG is then exported from the tank to an LNG vessel and transported to its final destination. Constructing of this liquefaction facility is a massive undertaking. Construction of Train 1 started on August 2012 and finished in January 2016. If we added up each of the components of the 5 trains, we would need 337,000 cubic yards of concrete, 75,000 tons of structural steel, 345 miles of pipe, and 2,415 miles of electrical cable. That's enough cable to stretch across the U.S. from California to Florida. Construction of Cheniere's 2 liquefaction facilities along the U.S. Gulf Coast will have a great economic impact on the local, state, and national level. Sabine Pass Liquefaction and Corpus Christi Liquefaction projects are expected to create about 950 permanent high-paying jobs and support over 150,000 indirect jobs when fully operational. For the 5 trains at Sabine Pass, $2.3 of the $3.1 billion spent on parts and materials are being invested in America's manufacturing sector. A recent study done by Dr. Lauren Scott estimates Sabine Pass's economic impact to Louisiana will provide over $3.3 billion in wages during construction. Sabine Pass's $20 billion total investment is equivalent to over 30 superdomes being built in Sabine Pass. Our liquefaction expert is here to answer any questions you may have about the facility.